Hey guys, welcome back. So yesterday, as I am filming it, it is Friday the 16th. Yesterday, my daughter had a snow day. So something about the snow day and just hanging out at home made me want to pull my junk journal, art journal back out and work in it. So what I did for this journal, this kind of journal allows me to have freedom to just play, right? To just play with my paper scraps, my magazine scraps, images that I like, that kind of thing, with no real intention, no real purpose. Just using what I have, putting things together, that kind of thing. So this is from packaging from Angel Hair Dark Chocolate that my daughter got, and we ate. It was delicious, by the way. And then I turned it into a journal, and I started using it in the fall of last year, so September 29th, and it's just a mixture of pages that I painted on, that I used with a jelly plate. This is a leaf that I had found and then, used just Mod Podge over it. But it's just a mixture of little things that I came across. So like I was playing with some tempera paint sticks and drew this picture and stuck it in here. Again, some miscellaneous pages of things that I drew or colored. And then I did some journaling. This page, which I love, this is packaging from around a Bath and Body Works candle that I glued on here and then put this girl laying in the hammock. I love that page. So just using little things that I come across or things that I want. And it just allows me to have some time. Again, here's the other one, the leaves candle, which is my favorite. A lady that I drew on some magazine pages, just practicing my drawing. It just gives me a space to be creative without the pressure of it being perfect or it looking a certain way or, having pictures in it. Sometimes I might put pictures in here. I don't always. Like this is from an envelope, just a clear one. Another envelope, like a mail envelope that I stuck in here. And this came from a package. Once upon a time, I was a bottle. So I just used little quotes and stickers and, junk mail or other images that I like, and I just play. So I did some documenting in here with pictures. But yesterday, while we were home and I was hanging out on the couch watching TV with my husband, I pulled out a bunch of my junk journal supplies, and a bunch of my magazine images and just started playing in here again. Like I drew this one day during church, during one of the sermons. This is some packaging from Chili's, the restaurant. And it says Chili's ? Count me in. I love their chips and salsa. There's even some Hallmark stuff, some tags that I bought from the Hallmark store. This is an art image that I liked. I put in here. So just random things, some stickers that I got that I used the tab for. And then I used another piece right here. Celtic sea salt. By the way, if you find these at Costco's, pick them up. They're so delicious. But I had left off here, so I hadn't picked it up since October. So this was from my daughter's Happy Meal Boo Bucket that I stuck in here. And they glow in the dark, which is kind of cool. So I left off on here, and this page was kind of done. So I added some words and some stickers, and then you can see on the next page it says perfection. But when you go over here, perfection's not helping you. It's just a way to hide. So, and then I did put some hidden journaling in here, but it's not always journaling. Sometimes it's just putting images together and scraps together. So like this is like probably an Illustrated Faith cutout. This is from a magazine image, some text from a magazine, a sticker. So again, I just, got a bunch of stuff together, my glue stick, my little stapler, and a Sharpie pen, and that's what I used. and just, you know, had some fun with the pages that I put in here, and not always having a specific purpose, but just having some playtime, you know. If you ever watch little kids color, there's no real purpose in their coloring, and they come up with just the most amazing images in their head. Like if you ask them, it looks like a bunch of scribbles, but it's like an alien on a spaceship or something, you know. So again, just using scraps I have. This again was another page that I had sewn in here, so I sewed using some embroidery floss, 2 signatures in here. This will get very chunky. And I used scraps that I had. So again, this one, more than 0. Just make something. It doesn't have to be perfect, just make art. So that's where I left off. But as you can see, because these are smaller pages, this book is what, 3 by 6 1/4. So it's not a very big book, so it doesn't take very long to do this. And I would suggest, if this is something new for you, I would go in a smaller format, just because it's easier to give yourself some time each day or every other day, whatever, to play in this book and create without having a ton of real estate to fill up. And just have fun with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can use all scrapbook paper. You can put magazine images. You can book pages. However you want to do it. Again, another image that I painted. Oh, I used charcoal sticks, and then I went back and painted it later. Some book pages. Here's a piece of scrapbook paper that I had left over from something. An envelope that I just left as like another tuck spot. Book pages that I use as paint. Rub off. I think my daughter might have done that. Oh, or my niece and nephew. I have an old book that sometimes I'll take to church with me, and I'll let them color in it. And I have to tell them, do not color in your books at home, Mom. You might get mad at you. Let's see. I forgot that one had my address. And this, I just love this picture of this giant tree. So I wanted to show you guys this and kind of explain it, because what I'm going to do, and then I just sewed on these pieces of fabric to use as a tie, because this thing's going to get real fat and chunky, so I needed a closure. So today I decided I wanted to make another one. So I'm going to use this Nerds Gummy Clusters box. By the way, this candy is so addicting. And all I did was I pulled the box apart, cut off the top and the bottom, and it's already in a book shape. And it has a little bit over 3/4 of an inch of spine. And then it is 3 3/4 by 6. So it's a little bit wider than this one, but the same height. So I felt comfortable giving myself some more real estate to do that. So that's what I did. So this pile of random papers right here is stuff that I just pulled out really quickly to kind of put in here. So I wanted this to have more of an artistic feel. This one, you can totally make it super random. So I was digging a bunch of stuff out. This is, I wanted to use one of these on the cover. I rediscovered this. So I have a drawer with a bunch of my own art collage papers that I made. And these are tea bags that I just screen printed on with some real flowers and leaves. So there was one that I wanted to use on my cover. Where was it? Oh, it's this one. This one's kind of cool too. I liked this. So I was going to put her on the front. But then when I put this on, I was like, oh, that's much better. So I'll probably save her and put her somewhere else. But I really kind of liked how that looks. I just took white gesso and just kind of very quickly with my spatula. No, silicone brush. My silicone brush, I just painted some white gesso on here to tampen down the color a little bit. You could still kind of see what it is, but then when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I really like that on there. So that's what I'm gonna use on my cover. But back to the pages. I might do this in 2 videos because it's when I go to sew in the signatures, sometimes I don't do it very well. And while that's fun to show you, nobody wants to waste 20 minutes watching me put string through a hole. And I might actually staple them in here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So I pulled out just a bunch of stuff from my scraps, some scrapbook paper. This is from a sermon series from our church that we had at Christmas time, and I just loved it. So I'm just going to take it, fold it in half. Sometimes I'll keep these. This was a sticker page. It had a full page sticker on the back. So that'll get real interesting when I come to this page where like stuff doesn't necessarily stick as well. But stickers will stick on there. I guess I could do that. So I just fold everything in half. What I did is there's actually some pages in here already. I took some scrapbook paper and I did it and separated it into 4 and then kind of folded it in half and loosely measured. I don't get real exact with it, just loosely measured, and then tore it with my ruler. So take my ruler, tear the paper, and fold it in half. So these are kind of my templates. Here's a page from a Daphne's Diary magazine. Look at the paintbrushes. This one looks angry or judgmental. So I thought I'd put that in there. And then this was a leftover page. I'm going to cut those art pieces out. Or I might just leave it like that and put it in my scraps and use that. So here's another page. So what I would do is I would take this, if this is my template, or I would just guess, we're going to take off a little bit, and then I'll keep those scraps, and then again, we're just kind of going to guess, take that page off, and there's my page. So this one I thought would be really fun. This is a really long piece of something. I don't even know where this came from. This is 1997, but I used it to cut out a hole with my punch. And so I've already kind of pre-measured it. I like the fold in here, so when I go to put it in my signature, then I will have the fold already here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, and I think I might be able to get 2 signatures in here. Maybe I'll just do one big one. We'll see. But then I have a hole on this side too, so I'm thinking I'll do the same thing over there. And I'll fold it like this. So then I can add something underneath it. I can put something over it. I can use a vellum. Options are endless. Leave it totally blank as like a peekaboo sheet. This one might be way too big. No, actually that's perfect. I already measured that one. Then there's that. Here's another one with a little artist on here. This is from a Daphne's Diary magazine. Again, another one from a Daphne's Diary magazine. I was gonna put this on the cover, which now I might. I might still take this part out and put this on the cover when I put this on here. And the easiest way to put this on, by the way, this tea bag, is just to use some gesso or some matte medium. So we're gonna put that to the side because I don't want to use that one. Here's another page I got ready for, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That I'm gonna put in here. Then I pulled out some wallpaper scraps from Tim Holtz, one of his paper things. And I think I might do this just a little bit smaller. Just a little fold right here. And then, so it equals, about that size. And then I'm gonna take the bottom part off. So this will go in my scrap bin, and I'll use that for something else. I think I'm gonna do the same thing with this one too. This one's going to have to get torn just a little bit on the edge. I don't mind having the different pages being different sizes. I just don't want them to be longer than the cover. So for example, in this book, you'll see they're kind of all sticking out a little bit, and I don't mind that. What I think is cool is when I did this page, you can kind of see the pages underneath it. Same thing this way. And then what I really liked about this is this was part of the previous page, and I put this on there, right? So it kind of adds to that layer and that texture. And then when I did this page, it turned out that the pink actually went with the pink and yellow in here, and I didn't even plan it that way. So I like having those extra texture layers on the side. So we're gonna leave those. And then let's take this part off. Oops. Okay. And then put that right here. This is some Maggie Holmes paper from Sweet Story, I believe. That was part of a magazine that I had, like a scrapbooking magazine or something, so it's a smaller size. And these kind of are perfect. You could also take decorative scissors, if you have decorative scissors like this, and just cut your page. If you don't like the ripped look, you can use decorative scissors, you can use dies, whatever. And then you'd have a cute little decorative edge to the paper. And it's not straight, and that's okay, because this book isn't about perfection. This book is about just playing and experimenting and learning and having fun. Then I do have another one in here. Let me use this one. Some decorative scissors, so maybe I'll use this one. And again, I'm not worried about the fact, sorry if this is bothering you. Let me pull it away from the camera a little bit. You don't have to, I mean, this is not a straight line. It's very crooked. That's totally okay, because when I'm working in it too, if I want to take an extra piece off, I totally can. But love that. This is a piece of Yupo paper that I did some alcohol ink playing on. So I think what I'll do with this one is I'll probably go like this and make this a very narrow page. And then take out this, take out that, and then I'll have that color. But then if you put this under a page like this, you can kind of still see the image underneath. So this is a book page that I put some tea-dyed Mod Podge some paper towel on here, so it has the paper towel texture to it. And then I just rubbed a bunch of inks, or I played with some inks or watercolors on here. So I thought this would be fun to put in there because I like the extra texture. Again, I'm just going to take these pages off. And then another one that I did some on my jelly plate. These are some more that I did on my jelly plate. I don't know that these are all going to go in, but I wanted to show you. Then these are, again, I used just lined tea-dyed paper that I have. And I used my jelly plate with some dried flowers that I had. And used my jelly plate and then basically doodled the flower on the inside. So since these are some of my own art, I think I'll include these in there. This is the front page of a book, and I really liked it like this. So we'll do that. And then again, we're going to take our pages off. So as of now, like this is a pretty thick amount of pages. All right, so when you put them in here, it's going to get pretty chunky pretty fast. And you don't want it super chunky because you'll add stuff to it. So just wanted to show you guys. These are from wallpaper books. Nope, fabric books. And I liked these images, so I might use that. Some more coloring pattern pages from Daphne's Diary magazine. And I have it sorted by like art. So these are some art pages. So I might use some of these. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, I mean, look at that one. How pretty is that? I'm going to leave this video right here because we're already at 20 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pages together, put them in order, sew them into the book, and then I will come back for another video and show you the finished product of, you know, all the pages in there and how I put them in there, and then you'll see that, and I'll have the cover done too. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. Make sure you like and subscribe to my videos and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, because I seem to be running on a bunch of inspiration, so there's lots to come. So until the next time, have a great day and go do something creative. Bye.